Hey, what's up everybody? As you already know, my name is Alyceson-Grace and welcome to my channel. I can't believe this, but I'm not even gonna beat around the bush. I got a 4.0 this semester. I got a 4.0. Like, it's down solid. I had 5 classes, but I took 13 hours. My 1-hour course for professionalism and business doesn't count because it's just pass or fail, and I passed with a 97. I took dance, and I'm like 100% sure I got an A because I nailed my papers, my project. I don't have any reason to have not gotten an A, and I have extra credit on hand just in case, so I got an A there. I got a beyond a perfect score in data statistics. So that was a smooth A. I got an 82 on my accounting final. So with the way that they calculated our grades, like I already had an A and I just needed to keep a 76 on the final, and I got beyond that, so that's an A. Microeconomics. Oh. So I sent an email to, here's what happened originally. I had a dream that I got an A on my econ exam. Or on my econ course. But I woke up because I was like, okay, if I keep dreaming about this, then I'm going to think about it, and the grades aren't getting released till Monday. So I was just pressed beyond compare. And so I decided this morning to just go and email him and just say, hey, doctor, do you know when the grades are going to be in? So I'll probably put whatever I sent him, like, you know, in the video. And he emailed me back, and he just said A, and a high grade on the final. And I was shaking. I wish I had been recording, but my room is so messy, it's not even funny. I think it's horrid. But I was like shaking, and I almost started crying, and I couldn't believe it. I really didn't know what I was going to do about that class, because intermediate micro theory was the gateway into my major, and I needed a C in order to declare my major, and if I failed the class, then I basically would have either had to try again or just not do economics at all. And the reason why this is so wild to me is because at the beginning of the semester, I didn't even think I could pass. When I took the first exam, before I knew my grade, I was just miserable. I thought I got a 60. I was in tears. It was so bad. I really thought I wasn't cut out for what I love to do. And it was like, I really had nothing else left if I didn't have econ. And it's like, why was I even in college if I wasn't able to do what I loved? And I thought for the longest time that I wouldn't be able to do what made me happy. And it hurt because the only thing that used to make me happy in education wasn't making me happy anymore, because I was so sad about my dad, and I thought nothing mattered anymore. And so I was in so much pain, and I thought I couldn't do it. And then my first exam with the curve, I got an 89.05. And then confidence again, but it was still impossible. Like, I could barely get out of bed, I could barely eat, I could barely do anything. And I thought it was like, this semester is gonna go to waste. And I was in so much pain, and I tried everything I could and nothing was working. But on the test, for some reason, I was still getting B's. Raw scores were C's. Yeah, I was barely passing the test, but like, our curves were really strong. But I came to class every day somehow. Like, I wouldn't be able to stay focused. I wouldn't be able to pay attention. It was just like, I couldn't stick to it. I couldn't stick to it in class. I couldn't stick to it when I studied. I couldn't even finish the book. I couldn't read the external stuff. Everything was going in one ear and out the other. It was like my brain refused to let me do what I loved. It refused to let me be happy. And I thought it would kill me. And then I found out that I needed a 93 on the final to get an A in the class. And my participation grade was perfect because I went to every single class and did everything I could. I tried everything I thought I could possibly do. and I needed a 93 and I didn't know if I could do it, but I gave it everything I had. I went to the office hours for 2 hours. I studied with my friend Ellie, who's also a business econ major, who sat behind me to my right. And I studied with Nick, the guy that was to my left, and I stayed up. I read everything I could think of. I watched videos. I went on the internet. I tried everything. And it was even harder because the one person I would turn to for econ isn't here anymore. I only ever studied econ with my dad, and my dad wasn't here. I couldn't do it. I didn't think I could do it. And it was so painful. I thought I was so alone. I didn't think I could do it. And so, but I tried everything I could. I went to bed on time. I went to bed at midnight. I woke up at 6 a.m. I worked out for an hour. I got ready. At breakfast at Maple, I actually gave myself a chance to eat. I studied right before the test. I went into the test. There were 9 questions. I answered them all to the best of my ability. And I left, and I thought I did really well, but I didn't know if it would be enough. I know that there's a curve, but I didn't know if I had done well enough. And I took that test on Tuesday, and for days I was just wondering. When I found out I got an 82 on accounting, I knew that all I needed was one more, and econ was the last one. And there's a difference between getting a B in poli-sci, which I don't care about, and getting a B in econ, which is something I love so dearly that I'm so passionate about. I would have felt so wrong doing well in everything but the one thing I'm in school for. It would have really hurt. So I waited, and today I sent an email. And Dr. Ralph said that I earned that A, and it didn't always look pretty, but I got it done. And he was absolutely right. It was not a pretty path, to say the least. It was just, it was vicious. It was vicious, but I made it, and I got an A, and I got a 4.0 in my first semester without my dad. And we all thought I should take a semester off because I was in so much pain, but I somehow kept it together even when I thought I had nothing going on. I somehow survived the semester, and I somehow pulled an A in the things that I loved, and even the things I didn't know a darn thing about. I gave it everything I could with what little energy I had to live, and I pulled it off. And that's beyond me. And I'm just so happy. I was able to do it. I was able to do it for myself. I was able to do it for my dad. I was able to do it for my mom, for my friends and family who all believed in me when I really had no faith in myself. I was able to do it for God. I was able to do it for everything and everyone. And I'm just beyond words. I know Rouse is right. That is my efforts coming to fruition, but it's just, there's no way I could have done it without other people. And I just had to tell you guys that I'm in my major. I get to do what I love for the rest of my life, as long as I graduate, of course. And that I made it, and I did it. And I when my mom comes home, I will record her reaction the best I can. It might be audio, but I will do what I can. And I just want to say, my dad is over there, and I know he's proud, and I love him so much. Thank you guys so much for supporting me. I'm so proud. I'm so happy. I knew I was going to pass after that second test, but there was just something different about getting an A in what you love versus getting a C, and I'm in it, and I can make it. I made it. Oh my gosh. Well, I have nothing more to say about that. Thank you. And I love you so much. I have really, really good news for you. Oh! So, I emailed my econ teacher, and so I asked him, I was like, hey, should we worry about the grades now or later? When are they going in? I said, I hope I did well. Guess what he said?
What?
A. grade on the final.
Oh, God.
I don't know how high that is, but also a high grade on the final. So.
I'm just happy for you. I don't care about the grade. I don't care. It's just... Oh.
Thank you.
I don't care about the grade.
Thank you.
I gotta pee. I don't care about the grade.
Yeah. Yeah, I pulled a 4.0.